It's finally here. It's finally here. It's the 5 for Under 5 challenge, and I can't wait to show you what I made. So stick around, because you're not going to want to miss this. 5 tier tray decor items for under $5 each. As a matter of fact, I think they're all under like $2. So stick around. You're going to want to see this. Now here's the intro.
The singing crafty crafter, living in Mexico, with Ferdinand the cow. Let's hop into some spring decor, made small for a tier tray. The challenge you've been waiting for, the 5 for under 5 display. Grab a birdhouse, a bunny, some flowers and tools. Mix all together and it looks really cool. Now let's create.
Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. I can hear you guys. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Okay, enough of that. Hi guys, welcome to the Singing Crafty Crafter. Guess what today is? Oh, I'm so excited. I have been like dreaming of this day for a very long time. Now, I've been doing the 5 for under. I know, Ferdinand wants to talk. I know. I have been dreaming of doing the 5 for under 5 challenge as a co-host. Oh, I don't know, since the beginning of time. I've been doing the challenge for a long time, and Emily asked me, little Amy from the Singing Crafty Crafter, to co-host with her. So I was like, I gotta do really good crafts. So I did. So without further ado, first of all, thank you to Emily from Farm Charm Chic. And let's remember, her channel will be linked down below. I'm sure all of you know her channel. If you don't, you need to go check it out. She's so good. And also what's going to be down below but the playlist, and I'm begging you all, go watch the whole playlist. I'd like my first guest host appearance to be a really good one. So make sure you go watch that playlist. And without further ado, let's just dive right in. All right, so the challenge is 5 items for under $5, right? Okay, Ferdinand. Okay, they hear you. Ferdinand just wanted me to tell you he's also excited that I'm doing this guest host. All right, so the first item that I did, if you didn't see last week when I did my tier tray, I'm gonna pop that right here for you because this tier tray is phenomenal. I think it's a one of a kind. I don't think anybody else is doing it. We'll probably see them now, I hope, because you know, somebody copies you, that's huge flattery. So, but my tier tray, if you can see it back there, lights up. I'll show you. You're gonna see when it's all done. But first, let's just dive into the crafts that I made. I'm just gonna let this run, but just to give you an idea, like here's my little birdhouse. Yeah, all right. Let's see all the things I made for you.
There's the birdhouse, and it came in this blue and white. Anyway, the colors were awful, and it was painted horribly, so we're gonna redo it. So I painted it all white, the whole thing, just one coat, and then I took my coffee stain, and I'm going over the roof, and you're gonna see in the end, this gives it this really beautiful sort of brown birdhouse looking roof color. And when you paint with white and then you put anything on it, just like white clothing, it'll soak up color from what you're putting on top of it. And so this just gives it this, it's just a beautiful roof color. Okay, and then it's drying as I'm painting it, by the way, and I just keep going until I get the look that I like. And then I took this sort of rose color. It's an homage to the house I grew up in that was pink. And so I'm just painting it pink, and then you're gonna watch me take some markers and do some highlighting on this and paint the flowers and add some greenery. But while I'm doing all that, I'm just gonna give you, I don't know, how about a little music trivia? Here is what I've learned about the song Here Comes the Sun. Now, we all know it's a Beatles song, and it's actually from their 1969 album, Abbey Road, which we all know that one. It's the famous album. We all know what it looks like. But it was written by George Harrison, and George Harrison was the lead vocals, which actually wasn't a common thing for him, and it became one of his best-known songs. Well, here's something interesting that George Harrison did. He had an influence of Indian classical music, and so he introduced to the band a Moog synthesizer. Now, if you don't know what that is, I didn't either, had to look it up. But it is basically a computerized synthesizer, in layman's terms. And it was, again, a reflection of Indian classical music on George Harrison's songwriting. All right, so they re-released the album Abbey Road after 50 years, and guess what the track was that they used to promote that? It was Here Comes the Sun. But of interest is that when George Harrison wrote that song in 1969, he went to a friend's house. Guess who his friend was? Eric Clapton. And he ditched a business meeting that the Beatles had. And so he wrote that song, the lyrics, reflecting the relief of the arrival of spring and the temporary respite he was experiencing from the band's business affairs. So basically, let's see, George Harrison wrote the song because he was ditching something important and spring was in the air. There you go. Here Comes the Sun and What I Know. You guys have watched me paint this and use my markers. Aren't markers amazing? To give you little details. And now I've bought some clay at the grocery store, believe it or not. And I'm making little robin eggs. Look how beautiful that is sitting there. But I'm gluing them onto like a little tiny piece of coconut. It's the shreds from the coconut. I use them all the time. And I'm gluing it onto there just so they'll sit in there and stay. But this was really just a makeover of a 22 peso birdhouse, which is about $1.20. And then I'm just taking some more marker and just giving this a little more character, like there's cracks in the stucco and whatnot. I think this came out really beautiful, and it's a perfect little spring piece for a tier tray. What do you guys think? And do you just love the little things that markers do on acrylic paints? Because I do. I think this came out cute. All right, this is so easy. There's a piece of wood, trash wood that I found on the road, and I'm going to take some gloss Mod Podge and paint over it just to give it a coating and a slight little bit of sheen. And then I have this photo holder that broke off of something, and I'm just going to adhere it into my little log here. See the little bunny ears there and the bunny tail? Now we're going to make the little shrubbery area that the bunny is going to be peeking out of. So I've taken some of these bigger flowers, by the way. I'm just showing you here that you can make them smaller. Just scrunch them in the middle with some hot glue, and then they become pretty little flowers to throw in there that aren't super big. Now I'm going to add his little tail. I'm going to add his little ears, and we got a little peekaboo bunny on our photo or note holder. I think this is super cute, and the ears came off of a scrunchie, by the way. Let's make a watering can. All right, these are tuna cans, by the way. And I've rusted them up as best I could. I soaked them in some bleach and in the sun and all that. They didn't rust up super well, but enough to give me a little bit of rust on there. Now I've got a lid, and I'm just sort of shaping it with my needle nose there to be sort of the, the part of the cover, the watering can that covers it. I don't know what you would call that. It's the top. And now I'm going to take the top watering can and just kind of mold it. These shape pretty easily, they're not super hard to squish there. And just to give it a little pour spout, basically. And I'm going to end up gluing all three of these together, and I did let them sit overnight, and I glued on my Rustic handle, which is just a piece of heavy-duty something steel metal that was shaped just like that. And I was like, that's so perfect. But now where the cans have come together, it just kind of looks really obvious, and so I'm stringing the string around it. You can see up in the corner there where I'm showing you the water can done, is that sort of really covers it up and just gives it a little decorative bit to it. And so I just take my jute twine, run it around both places, then I put a piece of styrofoam on the inside, because remember, this isn't deep. It's only as deep as the tuna can on top. And I put some foam in there, add some flowers, and I just love these flowers. I love purple and yellow together. They complement each other, and it's done. I think it's so cute. All right, let's make some carrots, organic carrots. So these are wood clothespins, and I'm just going to take 3 of them and use some glue. I actually used hot glue, and normally I would use wood glue, but I knew I was going to cover it up. So, and it didn't matter if it made them a little more bulky. And this orange net here is from a bag of oranges. That's right, a bag of oranges. And it very much feels like fishnet stockings. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it is just orange fishnet stockings. Anyway, what I do is I wrap it over, and then I put a little rubber band, and then I wrapped it back over. So technically it got double wrapped in this little orange fishnet. So, and but it's cute, right? It just gives it this cute little organic look, maybe. Anyway, I trimmed the orange off after I did that, and it's just a rubber band that I gathered it with, and then just took a little bit of greenery and glued it on the top, little topper to the carrot. Took a piece of jute twine, and I took it apart so it was a very thin little piece of jute twine, and I wrapped that at the top of the carrot. So that's super cute. Do little knots on the end. I always put a knot on the end of my jute twine. And then I'm going to take 3 of these and put them together as a little bundle. So we're going to take that jute twine again, and this is the thin jute twine, and wrap it around twice, and we're going to knot it. And then I'm going to take a tag, just a tag. Look at that. It's got the barcode and everything. But I'm going to fold it in half. We're going to glue it to itself. I'm going to grab some scissors after I do that and rough up the edges just to give it a more organic look. Ba-dum-bum. And cut the little corners to give it a different shape. I'm leaving the black elastic tie on it because that's how I'm going to put it on the carrots. And then I always tell you practice. You can see there that I've practiced what I was going to write, and I just write organic in black and put it on the carrots, and then there you have it. And this is just from, I love this trash, right? It's just trash. It's the orange bag. Okay, so this is project number 5. So easy. I found this little set of mini gardening tools at my 22 peso store. I was like, those are just too cute. And I did this super simple. I just took some twine and wrapped around them, gathered them together, threw a little coconut scraps in there. I don't even know, it's coconut fiber, I guess. And then I unwind my ends on my jute twine. I didn't knot these just to give it a little extra little fraying there. And I take, again, this is just a tag from something that I purchased, and I saved them because the backside was blank, and I write, do not open until spring. They're garden tools. Don't open them until spring. And then just sort of roughed that up. I had scrunched it up and gave it some wrinkles. Then I'm taking my coffee stain here and aging it a little bit, and that's going to be it. These are so cute and so simple.
Singing crafty crafter, living in Mexico with Fernand and the cow. Let's hop into some spring decor, made small for a tier tray. The challenge you've been waiting for, the 5 for under 5 display. Grab a birdhouse, a bunny, some flowers and tools, mix all together.
And what do you think? All right, so here it is live and in person, the entire tier tray. This thing is so sturdy, by the way. I've got to say, I'm in love with my bottle tier tray with lights inside. At night, well, you saw, like, well, that wasn't at night, but it was darkened. It was just so pretty. The only thing that make this better if I put it on the Lazy Susan, you know? Anyway, I think this came out so cute. Do you not love all the crafts? I just stuck a card in there, but obviously a picture could go there. My organic carrots. The watering can from tuna cans. Yeah, a can from cans. There you go. And of course my little tools that say do not open till spring. The birdhouse with the little robin eggs inside of it. Okay, there's a little bonus craft here, and that's this guy. So I'm just gonna quickly tell you about this. I bought it at my 22 peso store. It's a salt and pepper, but I didn't buy the other one. I just bought this one. But when I bought it, I said, I'm just gonna take a Q-tip and put some polka dots on it. Took it to a whole nother level. But it's not really one of my 5 under 5s. I mean, it could have been, but it wasn't. All right, so you guys, please tell me down below which one was your favorite. And remember, please go check on Emily's. When you go to Emily's, if you're not a regular subscriber of hers, let her know that Amy, the guest host, the singing crafty crafter, sent you over to her channel. And then make sure, all my besties, you gotta watch the whole playlist and let all of the people in the playlist know that you're there because I got to guest host. Am I being a little over the top? Yes. Am I excited? Yes. So there you go. All right. Thanks again, Emily. I cannot thank you enough. I was so excited. I think I really did fairly well. I gave you guys some good crafts this time. I'm pretty proud of them and my little tier tray. So there you go. Don't forget, give me that thumbs up. Please tell me which one's your favorite. Please go see the playlist and please go say hello to Emily from me at Farm Charm Chic. All right, guys. Thanks for what? That's right, Ferdinand. Goodbye, besties. Goodbye, besties. Love ya. Toodles.
Thanks for watching. Thanks to Emily. Don't forget the thumbs up. Come back and visit real soon.